there? How's everybody doing? Is everybody's favorite conservative in New York, Christopher Wright, here to present you with another of my infamous walk and talk videos. And well, sorry for the couple about a little time between these last walk and talks. You know, it's wintertime in New York, so it's getting a little colder out here. So y'all have to forgive me while I'm about to do my podcast soon. So you see me on there as well. Also, a good friend of mine, Colin, he's getting married in December. Had a bachelor party in Long Island, very conservative Long Island, by the way. Had a good time. And shout out to Colin and his group, Veterans of New York. So anybody out in the New York area, veteran, knows a veteran or is a veteran in New York, check out Veterans of New York, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I believe he has. So it's out there. But anyways, on to today's walk and talk. So what's today's walk and talk going to be about? It is going to be about, Trump's impeachment. Yeah, okay. Like that's ever going to happen. Anyways, so was this part 3 or 4, Trump impeachment? Was it Stormy Daniels, Russia, you know, all hoax, all these BS things that came up. But anyways, the other day they have a hearing. I call it the clown show, but it was a hearing that the Democrats held. They had their AKA supposed star witness come out and speak, and he was getting grilled by Congressman Jim Jordan. And you know, they were pretty much going back and forth. The gentleman's name was William Taylor, is the guy who was the head of the Ukraine, the diplomat that's the head of Ukraine or whatever that he was talking to. So, you know, he pretty much, the main point of the whole thing was back and forth, and the guy was just stumbling over his words and stumbling over what he had to say. But the conclusion they all came up with was he pretty much said that Trump made a quid de pro or quo de pro, wherever they call it, where he pretty much said, hey, look, we're going to hold money from Ukraine until, you know, you guys pretty much investigate Hunter Biden, Joe Biden's son. And until then, we're going to hold these funds. And, you know, that's, you know, when a president it's not supposed to do that. So anyway, so they do the whole situation. And come to find out what he said on the documents that he did, which was when he, which he pretty much said that Trump did that. Trump is, you know, held it. The president of Ukraine knew about him holding it, and it was all this big conspiracy. But at the end of the day, there's 3 times where this guy was spoken to about the situation, and not one of the 3 times did he ever say that, you know, this was a known fact that the president of Ukraine knew the money was getting held because of the fact that he didn't investigate Hunter Biden because of Trump's demands. So that never was said by anybody. But when he goes and does the documents, and when it comes to this whole impeachment, he stated that did happen, and that was knowledgeable from, you know, all parties were knowledgeable about the situation. So come to find out that wasn't true. So that's the star witness. That's the main point of their whole situation, this whole case. And come to find out it's all false. It's all fake news. So what is up with that? And that's what I'm pretty much talking when it comes to that. And also, you know, look at Adam Schiff, man. Adam Schiff, as you guys know, is the main prosecutor on the left that is, you know, running this whole impeachment thing. He's the one that got it pushed through. He's the one that stated like, oh, this is against the law, and this is, all kinds of stuff he tried to say to get the President Trump in trouble. And come to find out, when they want to ask about the other witness, the guy Eric, I forgot his last name. Everybody knows his name now. But when they ask him, like, hey, you know, is this guy going to come out and speak with us? Adam Schiff comes back out and says, well, I don't want to, you know, put his information out there for his protection, and, you know, his staff, you know, don't want to, you know, get them in any trouble, so they're going to keep it all like on a DL and, you know, go from there. But the thing is, there's previous interviews with Adam Schiff and Anthony Brian Logan. I recommend you guys check out his video regarding this. He really breaks it down very well. But there's another gentleman other than Adam Schiff. With this whole Adam Schiff thing, he pretty much stated, like, you know, in the past, that they didn't know who this guy was. And there's previous interviews, like 3 interviews in the past couple months they've done with Adam Schiff, where he said to the public that he didn't know who this the whistleblower was. He needed to know the whistleblower's identity. You know, all these things he stated. But recently at the hearing, he said that he wanted to protect the man's identity. So if you don't know the identity of this individual, who the whistleblower is, how are you and your staff going to protect him by keeping certain information, not letting him testify, keeping certain information on the DL. So pretty much he's lying. So you got, all these people, William Taylor, you got Adam Schiff, all these people who, are misquoted themselves, and, statements keep changing every time they're interviewed. And this is pretty much what the whole whistleblower Trump impeachment is based on. So it's based on lies. And why is it based on lies? It's because the Democratic Party, they do not have an answer for President Trump in 2020. They didn't have one for 2016. That's why they did the whole Russiagate. And, they honestly got tripped up, not just on Russiagate, but just sleeping on the president in general when he was still a candidate running for the presidency. They thought there was no chance that Hillary could lose. She was just an automatic win. So they didn't really focus on the swing states like Trump did. Trump did what he had to do, got those swing states, got the electoral college vote, and he won the presidency and got him off guard. So then they immediately came out with Russiagate and the whole Russia conspiracy, the Russia hoax, to try to, belittle his name and try to get him impeached. Once that fell through, they said, okay, it's almost 2020. We have nobody that we're running that can compete with this guy. There's nobody that can defeat him. What are we going to do? They got to come up with another lie. So they came up with Ukraine-gate. And which to me was a horrible lie, because I'm like, Ukraine has been like, what, the biggest enemy for Russia for the past 15, for years they've been against each other. And you're going to use that group to pretty much say that this is who Trump's working with, is the enemy now. So he's working with Russia this whole entire time. And at the last second, he switched it up. Now he's working with the enemy. Come on, give me a break. It's, all fake news, all lies. So now they're going to Ukraine-gate, and this is their big, hurrah they have against Trump in 2020, because they have no policies with their candidates. They have no good candidates. You see the best candidate have what, Joe Biden? And he's the one that's pretty much behind this whole, he's the only one that's a real criminal behind this whole situation going on with Ukraine. It's him and his son, him putting his son into power in the first place. And the only reason why we even really know about this whole situation is because he was bragging about it when he was vice president under Obama. And he was bragging about his, pretty much him holding funds for military for the Ukraine, because they're doing this BS investigation on his son. And until then, if they let it go, then they're not going to get the money. So this is where it all started from. So these are the candidates they have: Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, who had a event the other day where she had they had a room, like a library, like an assembly room, and she couldn't even fill it up. It was like 100 people there, and it was terrible. It was like empty seats everywhere. So you got her, you got Kamala Harris, who's during California fire, she's, dancing around in other states trying to get some votes. So these are the people they have, which is they have pretty much nobody, is what they have. So, sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call midway through this video, but like I was saying, all they have is lies and fake news, and they have this Ukraine-gate conspiracy. That's it. That's all they have. So this is what, we have going up for in 2020. They know they have no answer for Trump, so they're trying to get him on tripping up on lies, get the public thinking that he's some kind of, criminal president that needs to be impeached. So hopefully they can sneak a candidate in there to win in 2020, because they have no candidate with any good policies. So with that said, we all know Trump's going to get it by a landslide in 2020, and this is right, because the left has no real answers, no real policies to help out the country. It's just a bunch of, hearsay and, propaganda they spew. So like always, everybody, thanks for tuning in. God bless everybody out there listening. And like always, God bless America. Peace.